This is Mr. Blackstone coming to you live today, and so this is day 10 on my build. So you should be able to yeah, I'm going to be doing more Danish oil, and I'm going to be doing some sanding. So yeah, just hold on, I gotta do something here. I hate the Twitch when as soon as you log on to Twitch, they got people, they have fucking streams going like as soon as, and I don't like that because I don't want to hear a lot of noise. everybody, so just give me a minute. I gotta get my right stuff. Yep, that's the Danish foil. I need to get my sandpaper out. And I'm still waiting on some parts, so I'll put that up there. Now, line up. Alright, sorry about that. I'm also going to grab a cloth. So I got a bunch of this blue cloth that I can use for, that I'm using for my staining. I've got to fold it so I don't get any of the fabric shards from it, and better to use these cloths than what it is paper towels. And I'm going to put this here for now, and I'm going to put this behind me as well. Pull this out. And grab my guitar. Actually, what am I going to do? I don't like it just sitting on the table like this because it might damage the wood. So I'm just going to be doing a light sanding here. And then I will start in this 12 sweet. Where is that? That's 300. No, that's smooth enough. That's 200. 20. That's 400. A little bit too rough. So let's go with 600 grit. Let's see. Yeah, let's go with 1,000. Seems to be. Good. And I think this is going to more than likely going to be the last coat that I'm going to need to apply. And then I can put the varnish on. Glue. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have to put, I might even just be able to put the varnish on right now, actually, because I'm going to open up a window. I'm going to do the varnish. That stuff's going to stink up the place. And I don't think I think I'm only going to need maybe just one coat of varnish on this. What happened here? It's in the neck as well. So yeah, the neck I'm finishing a little bit different. The neck's going to have the neck's going to be finished with a shellac. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to wait a few days for the body, because it still kind of feels still a bit wet. So I think the yeah, I think I'm just gonna put the varnish on actually. Well, the idea of this guitar isn't to be like absolutely shiny, so I want to have it a bit of a, but the varnish will protect the wood, so, and that's the main goal with the varnish. That's got a little bit of the residue from the Danish oil, so we can't have that. So it's something underneath there, because these guitars are kind of built a little bit weird, because the way the neck sits. You kind of And too, the weird shape of this guitar makes it difficult to, making things a little bit difficult. Headstock a bit. To know how it looks is looking at it in the sunlight, natural sunlight. That does feel smooth now. Yep. So now. Motherfucker. Alright, now I think that's smooth enough. That's something up there though. There we go. Now that's smooth. We'll wipe it down once, and then we're going to put our shellac on it. Right down. Alright, now cloth and varnish. Do the headstock first. make my way down the rest of the neck. Neck. This. Okay, I think I'm just going to. No, I'm not sure if I want to do that. This stuff dries pretty damn quick too, so. That part's going to be smooth so that it doesn't move. Alright. The headstock. Again. I use this stuff for the use this stuff on the spellcaster as well for the neck. And it came out pretty damn good, so no complaints here. Just need to wait for that to dry. Actually, oh yeah, it's turning out. It's doing its job now. Some people don't like their fretboards to be finished. Others love it. Me, I don't care one way or the other. I mean, as long as it looks good, right? Now, what I'm going to do is kind of break out my varnish because I'm going to, so put this here, and let that dry a little bit. Time to bring out the varnish. And I'm just going to do a light coat of varnish on that, so I can probably get away with using a paper towel. Butter knife out. go. And there's that piece. Well, thank you very much for the raid there, Bumstead. Right now I'm doing some varnishing and shellacking, so this is my thing where I put the WitchenBacker on. So I'm not sure if you can see that. But yeah, I used a wood tool for that. And yeah, so that's pretty much a matter of that. The reason why I'm using varnish on these pieces, well, one, they're thinner pieces, and I'm going to put one last coat of varnish on the guitar. So I wasn't sure whether I was going to leave this like as the color, but if you look at the if you look at the back, you know, so I mean it looks good, but I figured might as well you know, do that part. Yeah, so right the first time. So yeah, so I'm doing a combination of things for the body. Danish oil on the body, so don't want to touch that. But yeah, so Danish oil, the body's being done with Danish oil, and the neck and the headstock I'm finishing with shellac. So I'm gonna have like a few different colorings, but I'm also gonna put one last coat of varnish on the body. So I figured if I varnish, you know, these parts here, this, so that's probably dry, but you know, so if I put, I think that's going to look really, really, really good with that on there like that. You know, so I custom make that, and that's rosewood. So the headstock's going to look. Or I should say the truss rod cover. And so if you can kind of get a, I don't know if I can do this so you guys can see, but if I just put a bit of an angle. But yeah, the red with I mean, yeah, the red with the blue just kind of gives it a nice rustic look is what I'm going for. Yeah, so yeah, I was glad that I was able to get these things for the pick guards. I got like the whole box. Oh, there we go. So this is what it originally looked like before I stained. So yeah, but yeah, so when I stained it, it would be nicer actually if I had enough of these. If these were just a little bit longer, I would have glued two together, and then maybe put this as like a top. I think that would have looked nice, but wasn't in the cards. So yeah, and I have my knobs on order, so I'm using wood knobs, the trapeze, the tailpiece. I got a custom one coming in, so it's going to look like a W. So I I kind of, yeah. And then I'm again with this build. I'm putting the Geiger uh, machine heads on. I'm keeping the original bridge, which let's see if I can find that stuff. Yeah, so that's the bridge. I'm not going to make any changes to the bridge. I think it's just better if I just use that, and then I'm going to have the tailpiece is gold, and the machine heads are going to be gold. So stick to my tradition of gold hardware, and I think with the silver color of the pickups and all that, I think the gold, silver, and red is going to really add a nice touch to it. So when I ordered everything in, this came pre-wired, but I'm going to swap these dime ones out for I got quarter ones coming in, really good quality ones coming in. My pickups came in, so I got all three of the pickups. I might make a change up with the pickups. I'm thinking of maybe putting a Guild P90 for the center pickup. I'm just considering it. I haven't decided to do it yet, but it's one of the things on my list of considerations. So yeah, but I'm leaving this there like that, so when I get my other, when I get my proper pods, I actually have a template. So when I put everything on this, actually I think I'm only going to need to maybe put just one coat of varnish on it on this, and I think that's gonna really. And I'm not sure if I'm going to even put a coat of varnish on this, because the body looks good as it is. I mean, it's like I don't think I necessarily really need to put another coat of or if I need to put a coat of varnish on it or not. I mean, but I'll have to wait a couple of days, because the I still kind of feel a bit of oily from the Danish oil. So the Danish oil is still drying, so I'm gonna need to wait for that to completely cure before I make my decision on that. But yeah, it's coming along. I mean, it really is. So yeah, but with the color, with the red, how I love how the reds come out. Like, it's come out a nice fiery red. Like, yeah, and with the silver pick, actually, I should do a mock-up. It's not going to take much to do a mock-up. All I got to do is just. So yeah, and these are the toaster pickups, but I'm thinking of either putting a P90 in the center, I've got all three of the pickups, but I'm just kind of trying to consider whether I want to put a. I used to have a D Armand M65, and it was autographed by Jimmy Vaughn, um, Professor Louis, John Lee Hooker Jr., Jeff Healey, Joe Rockman, all the members of Canted Heat. And the guitar got stolen. But the pickups that I had in there, just the best sounding pickups I've ever heard in the guitar. Yeah, so this is the neck pickup because it's got the red. Alright. And then, yeah, for sure the those pickup, that pickup guard or pick guard electronics holder, whatever the technical term it is. I mean, that looks better than putting plastic on it. There we go. So just put the wires in there, and that in there. And then another thing I'm going to have to drill is I'm going to have to drill the hole for the. Now I know the pickups look like they're sitting a bit high, but there's a plate that I can take off, so it'll be definitely lowered for sure. So do the mock-up like that. Guard. Still feeling. Yeah, I don't know. I like the way the guitar looks like, what it looks like now. But yeah. But I think with yeah, I don't think I think I'm just gonna put one coat of varnish when this is all dried. But if I can do that carefully enough without the shit falling off. But yeah, I think it's gonna look a lot better with the gold, um, with the gold trapeze style. Yeah, but yeah, I think a gold trapeze style tailpiece is gonna look a lot better with the gold. Um, and then with the gold machine heads, yeah, I think that's just gonna the gold, yeah, with the red, the gold, the silver and blue. It's yeah. So, but yeah, so this is going to be lowered about a centimeter, about a half, about 3-4 millimeters. So it's just going to sit the perfect height. Uh, but yeah, that's going to look. Yeah, I can't wait till this is done. I would like to, if I could get my hands on, but I got outbid for one, um, a a gold foil pickup from an old Hollywood harmony guitar. Like that would have for a center pickup, that would have gave me the absolute best sound you'll ever get out of one of these guitars. But yeah, so that's what that's gonna look like. See if you can. Yeah. The one thing that I wish I had have done is when I made the pickup guard. Problem is my the pickup guard's gonna cover the moon, the half moon. So it's kind of, which kind of sucks. But what I can always do is I can always put a half moon. Is that my piece? That's the right one. I might put a half. If I put a half moon on this here. But yeah, look at the color difference between the two, with the varnish versus no varnish. Like the color is just, it's the coloring is just a lot more fiery and brings it out, and it really brings the grains out. Like it looks like the pit car's on fire. So yeah, it's. But see, I'm not sure whether I'm going to put this on there or not. I'm kind of conflicted on that. Maybe if I just turn it over like that, and I put this on this side like that, so I'm actually that's a consideration. So I kind of have so it kind of has that like cool look with the red thing. So this just being upside down, not sitting there. Like I think that would make it just look absolutely. I think that would enhance the look. Problem is, though, yeah, I might do that. I just might do that. I think that would actually, and have it sitting just a little bit lower on this side than on that side, so it kind of gives it a bit of an offset look. So so that's pointed out there where that's short, and then that being longer, and then this being shorter. Yeah, that kind of adds in with what I did with the headstock. I'm going to take all this shit off. What I did with the headstock, and I don't suggest anybody doing it this way. You're going to laugh when I tell you what I did. So I'm going to take these pickups, all this shit. With what I did with the headstock, but yeah, so I'm going to get rid of this. I've always planned on getting rid of that because that says WitchenBacker, and this is not a Rickenbacker. It's a WitchenBacker. So so like how I did that with the headstock, how I made that so that's longer out there, and you're gonna laugh how I did that. What I used to to cut that out there. I used my Dremel with like 60 grit sandpaper and just like let the yeah, and that's what I did. So it's kind of yeah, not the correct way, but I mean with the way the horns of the guitar, how that's like shorter there, but I made it longer at the top. Or I made it shorter at the top, and then to kind of outset, so that looks like an extension of this horn. Yeah, I think I'm going to just, when this is settled and dried, I think I am just going to put a final coat of varnish on this, because it doesn't need any more coats of Danish oil. It's this wood really took to the Danish oil, so, and I've already put like yeah, there's 3 coats of Danish oil on this, so I don't think it needs any more. You know, Rubens wants treats. He wants to join. He wants to join the party. Cat's like, oh, maybe I might be getting some face stuffings. So my cat thinks about his food. Yeah, so I'm going to put another coat of this shit on there, and I think that should be done. Yeah, that's yeah, I think that's all it needs. I don't think I'm gonna need to shine that up anymore. Yeah. So once that completely dries, it's really gonna come out really good. It's gonna shine. It's gonna have a nice shine to it. So. All right. Well, I think I'm done for the day. This is I know it's a short stream, but I will be racing a little bit later. So yeah, I'll be doing that. And I should keep this. Actually, I'm gonna put this in the sun so it's gonna dry. That's what I like about these bay windows is they get lots of sunshine. All right. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you once again, B. Bumstead, for the raid. I really appreciate it. I shall be back again. Tomorrow I've got things to do, depending on what I have to do tomorrow. I may stream it right now. I guess it all depends on how soon everything dries, because the body here is trying to perfect everything on the neck. I mean, if it dries quick enough, then I can put the one coat of varnish on there. So I guess I'm going to be done ending the stream, and thank you very much for the raid again. This is Mr. Blackstone signing out. Please like, share, subscribe to all your friends. I'll be back tomorrow.